We are going to continue now with the videos that we're doing. And this one I called before number 6, but it was not number 6, it was number 5. So that was my mistake. So this will be number 6, and it will be put in the I Ching Studies folder. Now, we were talking about the occult I Ching, the secret language of serpents. And we said before that the person who did this was an excellent drawer. She drew her own pieces to go with it. Plus, the other thing she did was to have quotes underneath the pictures that are appropriate. Now, I'll give you a very good example. For instance, if you look at hexagram 18, which is called the corruption usually, and it will show what it looks like. There's an example of what it looks like. And then the drawing she made with it, you can see right here. Now, but underneath it is one of my favorite poems by William Blake. But first of all, it's the Oracle script, Can of Worms. Then she says, decomposition, repair what is rotten, fight to the death. And the tarot card is death. Now, underneath it, here's one of my favorite William Blake poems. It says, The Sick Rose. O rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm, has found at thy bed of crimson joy, and in his dark, secret love does thy life destroy. Isn't that appropriate for corruption, which wants to destroy everything? And so that is also, she quotes Charles Baudelaire on The Corpse, which I won't read to you, but that is what she does. Also, when she talks about this, she gives a great deal of insight from her own experience of using it, which I've said before. And then she gives personal examples, for example, of how she's actually um, received this and why it was received and who she did it for. And that's very helpful for me when I am doing readings for people. Now, something else about the changing lines, which is very interesting, like, for example, she calls the lines different things, but we won't get into that now. But when she says the changing line, she does transforms into shadow 26:1. Well, what that means is if you go to hexagram 26 and you look at it, and you will find in 26, the very first line says, shadow is 18:1. Well, so in 18, so it goes back and forth. So in other words, when this line changes, what that means, it will give you that other hexagram. So not only shows you the next hexagram, but it gives you an idea of what that changing line means. Now we'll continue in a minute.